I should probably introduce myself. This is my first time showing my face on camera. My name is Kaylee. I'm a creative artist. I live in the UK and I am documenting my journey, creating art, loving it again, and starting a business again with it. So started in January 2025, really taking it seriously, thinking about where I want to go with it, the things that I want to do, and making some money hopefully along the line. My goals right now are just to make art, just to get going and do it, and this sketchbook that is going to be in this video is part of that. This was a sketchbook that I did as a personal challenge. I filled this whole thing in a day. It was just a personal challenge just to sort of see the kind of art that would come out, thinking about the kind of loose style that I want to create. I'll be showing you this sketchbook and I'll be talking about some of the things that I've done in there, some of the techniques using gouache and Derwent drawing pencils. So this is the sketchbook. It measures 9 by 13 centimeters. It's very small, about the size of my hand. I have painted on some blueberries on the front and on the back. The goal that I had for this sketchbook was that I wanted to make sure that I was nice and loose. I wanted to see the kind of art that would come out without references, without looking for inspiration anywhere. Things that were just in my brain that would inspire me to fill a whole sketchbook. So I did fill this whole sketchbook in one day. This was just a personal challenge that I wanted to give myself. I didn't record any of the steps. I wanted this to be like a personal project, but I'm actually really happy with what came out, and so this is why I wanted to share this with you guys. So I should also mention as well that before I began this sketchbook, I painted the backgrounds first, and when they were all done, then I went back through and I painted and drew throughout. So this one I was specifically using the colours that I had put down. So using these organic shapes with the dark blue, I thought that they sort of give me like a hilltop mountainous vibe. And so I kind of went with that and I put in extra colour with pencils. And then I used a really good technique that I've used quite a lot throughout this one, where using like a lighter colour pencil, you can mark out certain shapes, you can block out bits that you don't really want to be the main focus. So I used that in this one, definitely colouring in some of the sky to block in and make sure that you didn't see some of the focus. I thought this was a nice shape for the hill and this was a bit distracting, so just using that lighter coloured pencil I covered that up. Some strawberries, it's not my favourite, but again this was all without references. This was all just things that came out of my brain and whatever I felt like drawing at that time. It's gonna be my nana's birthday very soon, and she loves daffodils, so I decided I would draw some of those. Another thing I should mention is that this sketchbook does not go, it's not in the same orientation, so I might have to move it around a lot. Like a quick little still life kind of thing. Another one, but this one, I really like this one because the more you look at it, the more you realise like all the sizes and the shapes are kind of wrong. So we've got the plate, we've got, these are supposed to be lemons, but very loose. And we've got this huge cup. In comparison to the plate, it's huge. And then if you think about, this is a huge table and these are like tiny little chairs. I thought that was quite fun, quite illustrative. This is maybe my favourite in the book. I've just realised that I've missed something, so I'm just going to add that in now. I missed this little bit that goes across the window so it matches the other one. Having the yellow as the background, I drew this little house and used the lighter coloured pencils to sort of tone down the yellow in the house and added the blue in, and it sort of gives the illusion of like shadows on a white house. I really like this one. Like I say, I think it's my favourite one, but it is upside down. Here's another one, just a little take on like a tiny house, very loose landscape, using the colours that I had put down, and all of these mild natural tones within the pencils created this lovely shape of like rolling hills. This could either be like a little pond or something, or it could just be the forefront of land. Totally up to interpretation. Here's another little house. It kind of giving me spooky Halloweeny vibes. I think it's the yellow. The yellow was quite hard to hide, but again, good practice. This one is another just a little practice. It is two little boats sort of in like a harbour-y kind of thing, and these were going to be buildings. I did give up on this one, and that is absolutely fine. These are my sketchbooks. I'm the boss. And so I decide whether I want to continue or not. It just wasn't coming together the way that I thought. I think because I had used quite light colours down here and then dark up there, I wasn't sure how I was going to go about that, and that was fine. Another little house, a nice happy house, this one, quite illustrative. I wanted to try and challenge myself with what was in my brain. The houses all seem to have been a similar shape, so I might need to work on that a little bit, but I'm not mad at it. And then there's another loose landscape with a nice path going up to it. I like how simplistic this one is. There's a lot of line work, a lot of lines, but it's still quite simple, and it's exactly the kind of loose style that I was hoping to create. Getting extra loose now with these lemons and leaves, and then some flowers. This was using the gouache on top. For the rest of the things, I think I was just using pencil, but for the lemons and these flowers, I think I started using gouache on the top. And back to pencil again, using the darkest tones to sort of etch in shapes that I thought you would find on a hill or mountain, and then using the lighter colours to shade in the sky and make sure that wasn't the sole focus. A lovely pink landscape. There's another one, still quite dark, not my favourite, but it's okay. Then we're moving on to this one, a lovely flower in a vase, nice and simple and pretty. This one again is one of my favourites. A little tent with some lovely beautiful scenery in the background. I love the colours of this one, the darkness and how bright the tent stands out. I do really like that one. I can imagine this one in a children's book. If I was to go back to it, I'd maybe add some elements where you can sort of see where this moves, bringing this more to the forefront, but happy to leave it as it is. And then we've got some more huge daffodils, very loose, and I love the colour, how it just sort of jumps out from the blue. I love the Derwent drawn pencils because they stand out. You can draw on most things with them and they really stand out. They're really bright and vibrant colours, and that is it. And I just wrote the date in the back there because that was the date that I completed it, on February the 5th 2025, and I just wanted to remember that so I can sort of refer back to it at some point if I want to. So I really hope you enjoyed this sketchbook. I'm over the moon with what I was able to create in a day, and I've got a really good idea of the creative style that I want to make going forward. I've got some lovely ideas in here that I would like to develop, like the little cottage, some of the daffodil paintings. I think maybe I would love to do one on a bigger scale, maybe like canvas. In a day I created this and I'm over the moon with it. I'm already prepping another one to do. I don't think I'm going to set myself the task of completing this in a day. I think it might just be on my desk and I fill it in, but sketchbooks are a place to play. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe. I would love to be monetized by the end of the year. Gonna put that out there. I need money for art supplies, and that's the goal. I'd love to have set up my own business and be potentially monetized by the end of the year. So we'll just see. We'll just wait and see what happens. I'm going to keep creating no matter what, and that's my vibe now, is just creating no matter what. I'm not really sure how to end this video, so I might just say I'll see you in the next one. Bye!